Hello and welcome. My name is Trismegistus, and today we're going to be playing some more Factorio. As I mentioned in yesterday's stream, this will be a bit of an extended one because, well, let me just do that, and we'll suddenly get. Who's going to do it? There you go, bing bong bing. That was weapon damage, like gun food damage, level 5, which is as far as we can go, I think. Yeah, so we've got the shooting speed to come queued up. I have done certainly one more laser one. We could do another one if we don't get anywhere with the space science, but we will get somewhere with the space science because the basic point is they're going to extend his stream because I did a little bit during the week, which I didn't stream, and kind of uncovered the map and worked out where I want to put some walls. But as you can see, it's a fairly big area, or it may seem like a big area, because, well, for one thing, I discovered we have some really, really lovely choke points a lot further south than I was only really anticipating cutting it off there, and then I found it did. We've got a lovely coastline basically. Similarly over here, I discovered that we've got a bit where I think we can set up a biter zoo. If you've not played the expansion before, you don't know it. Basically, you get to a point where you want to capture some biters, and so this is going to be quite a good spot for us to basically just keep some biters alive and under our control. You know, in a zoo, basically, so that when we eventually get to the point of wanting to capture biters, there they are. We will have to therefore wall this in, like on both sides, effectively. We'll be kind of containing them literally in a zoo, so that if they ever try and expand, they won't have anywhere to go, basically. So they will get very angry from pollution because they're going to be fairly close. But so we'll set up, proper walls here. We'll probably do it just with lasers, and then, when we get like Tesla turret and stuff, we can add those on as well. But we can basically filter out killing the nests. We might get rid of the spitter nests. They're a bit of a pain in the bum generally, so we might just have the biter nests left. There should be plenty of them there, basically. But what this effectively means, if I'm going to wall this in, I've got to wipe out a load of biters because they would then be inside our walls. Because we're on a rail world, these are quite big patches, so we don't need too many of them. But yes, that's kind of the purpose of doing a longer stream. Is I'll basically just be doing the same thing over and over again, killing off biters. The other thing I did in the interim is I got rid of our old. We had a train here before that did the oil, and I swapped in the new one and put that emptying there. As you'll see, it is slightly different to what you've done. I did some tweaking to the rail blueprints as well. We now have a blueprint for putting down trains, or both types of train. The refuel, I think there was a very tiny tweak to that, because in order to get those to be straight, it was like round a corner, so it was like clipping onto them weird. Or attaching to the rails weird, and like one carriage was on the other rail. So yeah, so I tweaked that by just moving it down like one tile, where the actual stations are. What else did I do on this one? I've sort of doubled it up. What I'm going to be doing, I've decided not. I was talked about this before. I've decided not to do like fancy, complicated, adjust the amount of supply that's available based on the demand that's wanted, because I just end up with like too many silly situations of it opening up, requesting 4 trains, and I don't need 4 trains, and then I've run out of trains, and I put more trains on, and then it gets deadlocked because there's too many trains. It's just not worth the fat hassle, basically. So the reason there's more tankers on the fluid one there is so that it can have more more fluid available to fill up more trains. And then the unload, I mentioned before I was going to take the belts off, because it didn't make sense to have it outputting there all the time. I just need to do it dynamically, when I do it. But also these are now dumb, basically. So in the sense that if I put one down, it's to it out the way. somewhere if we can. So we're not going to... Well, bots will probably build that, won't they? Over here, maybe? Yeah, there we go. So if I build that, it asks me what I want to unload, but also how many trains, and it just sets that there. And if I put 2, then I need to add 2 more trains to the system. That's basically how we're going to do this. And then the same with the load. Trees in the way. It just literally... Load is generic still, but there will therefore be enough trains in the system if we just match it up, basically. And they will always... It's just... I say it's dumb in the sense that it will request that number of trains, and they will go there and they will sit and wait, you know, until there's a slot for them to go to. We have something random there that's an actual... There's something in there. I don't know what it is. I think I also added some solar panels, you know, so it was that type of a session, really. So I haven't done anything of particular note. We do probably need to add some more, not least so that we get some more quality panels. In the interim, with all of the copper coming in now, and I think I upgraded this, which you won't have seen, so the steel is now level 2 furnaces. Oh, they came in 8.1. We've had some... We've had some visitors at various points. Yes, so what we need to do is the space science rather than this. I mean, we want that, but the platform is ready because it's now properly making, you know, low density structures. As you see, we've now got, you know, like one blue cargo bay, which is always nice. As you see, we've got quite a few in stock, so it's been doing rocket launches, and we have space science being made. I added on some enough panels to keep it going. We'll have to, you know, increase the number to provide power when we expand this, but 4 of these is fine. You know, this is producing 1 space science. We could stick like efficiency modules in and stuff like that. It just means you put less solar panels on, and this isn't going anywhere. It's got no footprint that matters. You know, it could be this big, and it's not going to suffer with drag or anything, so it's sort of irrelevant, in my opinion. So you basically just stick more solar panels on it, you know, so what? And we could always upgrade, you know, do blue solar, you know, blue quality solar panels if we need to. Yes, so that's kind of been running away, and it's got, you know, lots of lovely science packs in, so let us request them in and get this logistics system, and that, because that's what we need for defense. What I'm going to do basically is build a defensive line, just a very simple one, that requests ammo in for guns and has lasers on it as well, with a bit of walls. It'll be sort of a bit over the top in a sense. It'll be a lot of damage that it can do, because we need it to work. Just say these walls are going to be here for ages, so we just need them to work for ages, and we want to be able to add on, you know, say like rocket turrets and EM towers and stuff. So these are almost going to be permanent walls, you know, for probably you know, till we get to Aquila or something like that. But the basic point is, in order to do that, I need requester chests. So we need to add in, I'm just going to leave that one there. We need to add in a space science request, which I always forget whether they're in the actual space section or not. We might as well request, so just be that as a request. It requests in the actual pack, and let's say might as well do like 1,000 or something. So eventually, when we have a, you know, we'll probably end up with a space platform that is doing space science that actually moves around, because you can hoover up. One of the problems with the Nalvis-based platforms for doing space science is you get very few ice crystals, you know, ice asteroids. So well, we probably want that a bit quicker, don't we? So I like to create one that can move around and like grab, you know, the asteroids it needs, and then eventually when you get the reprocessing, it can sort itself out. And also add calcite into it, because water and calcite are basically the same, same thing. you get them out of the same asteroids, basically. That's all very much later and to come. We will wait on logistics to logistic. And in the meantime, let's have a look at our tank and see if it's got all of the ammo in it that it needs and all this sort of stuff. I did add on... The reason I've got legs here is that I'm going to put legs in the tank, make it a little bit quicker. We've got plenty of solar panels because obviously we don't have the nuclear stuff yet. And so, a couple of shields, legs to go faster. It can't do logistic requests yet because we need the actual logistic system, even though we can do it. We can cheat it with just doing it via the map sort of thing. But what have we got in here? We've got a couple hundred poison capsules. What about some more rocket fuel? Let's grab some more of that. So yeah, that's trying to... hopefully that's like a whistle-stop tour of what I did. I did do a lot of biter killing, going around as well, sort of thing. So it's quite thinned out, and obviously it was weirdly appropriate given that on Friday they did the Friday Facts about... do I want to grab some more poison and stuff? Yeah, let's see if we got some in stock. Like I say, we got to do a lot of killing. But yeah, weirdly coincidental, oh, I know. So I went round and put filters on all the things and set limits on them. So now they have both logistics limits and circuit limits. So we're sort of covered for both. Let us grab that. We might as well grab some more actual gun food, I guess. Cool. So we're well stocked up. I put the rocket fuel in, didn't I? What about some more shells? Can never have enough shells. Oh yeah, that's already full, so we'll grab them. Stick them in. Cool. So, where do we want to start then? We're probably best off going north, I think. And what we'll probably do is we'll clear it out. I'll probably try and do it so that, because we'll get this very soon. I should have set actually. How many roboports have I got made? I think I increased this. If not, we need to. What we got there? 50. Okay, so that needs to go up to 100 as well. There we go. Because we want it to. We'll be using quite a lot of roboports, so I'm not going to fill the entire map with them. But it won't be far off that. Oops. Looks like important up there. Is that covered by... Yep. Okay. So yeah, we're probably best to clear out where I'm anticipating putting the walls. And then once we're effectively if we trap them inside with us rather than... I can't remember what the quote goes from Rorschach, but that type of thing, where we're stopping more coming from in, they'll be trapped inside with us, and not, we're not trapped inside with them. Okay, so let's get some of you guys on. This is going to massively boost the, the evolution level. But it is what it is, really. Who else is next then? So, yeah, probably need to do all these guys. Some big rocks there. We got two together. Let's try some new as well. Ooh. Dang rocks. Was that, I forgot to turn my bots off, didn't I? It's probably a bot that's died. Cool. So, you right now? Oh, no, still some left. Cool. Okay, now we can turn the bots back. So, yeah, we're gonna have to deal with this one. Doing on the research. Nice. Take that off. Get plenty more of these guys on. So it's probably going to be this for like hours. I would have done it myself, but you know, off stream as it were, but just ran out of time. And so I think all the other ones are dead. So if I can pick a few nest off. Oops. All me combat bots have done, haven't they? There you go. Acid clouds. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Nearly there on that one. Obviously, we'll set it making a load of logistics chests. And I think we should take them out because we can do that remotely. The logistics chests. Turn that off. Some of them will go. Because these guys are about to get hit with pollution anyway. Nope, that's poison. Average. Oops. Combat bots will finish that off, I think. Yeah, there we go. Take out these couple of worms, I think they are over here. Combat bots, do your thing. Thank you. What about down here? Looks like probably a new colonisation, this, by the looks of things. I said in my video that alright guys, alright. Look at yours. There you go. I came across a group colonising when I was playing the closed beta, and it was about here. So if this is the type of base I was building, the snaky bus, and there was like a sort of a choke point up here, somewhere there, and they were sort of colonising on the choke point because I was gonna take the choke point and put some walls on. About to get the logistics system, lovely, and I was driving up there to put some walls on, and suddenly there they were, and I was like, oh, they're colonising. Because I saw one turn into a biter nest. One of the things I didn't twig on the Friday Facts is that it shows them walking to where they colonise. To when it turns into a worm, it shows it walking to where it's going to become a worm. But that's not how it used to be. I think they've added that because what was apparently happening was that if you had a bit of coastline, like say this here, something like that gap, if they decided to set up some nests there, then because it does it in a, you know, like I say, if you're trying to fit in 30 biters, then you're going to occupy an area like that. So it picked the area, you know, the chunk, and if it was across both sides, they would sort of turn up here, you know, and this is your base, and it's all, you know, perfectly good. Because the same thing happens with cliffs as well. But they'll turn up here, start colonizing, and some of them would magically spawn across the water because it just literally said, delete the biter, create the nests, and it didn't work out whether they could actually path to where they were trying to create that entity. And so you used to get the same thing with cliffs as well, in that if they came here, tried to colonize in this area, then some of them would magically spawn on the other side. And if you've walled off the gaps, you would get biters suddenly inside your base because they were quantum biters, basically. They were able to quantum tunnel across to the other side. Okay, so we're working on the thruster, but we can turn that into requester chests. And we can set the filter here. And we can set this to like 100. Yeah, and we can also put it on that one for when odds and sods in chests. Cool, cool, cool. So it's waiting there. It also needs access to that one. And that one. We might as well make it a blue assembler as well. Cool, so that's all that gets us. But what we can do, why I keep using the snaky bus as well, is that we can flip some of these over. So this now, it needs electric engine units, so we can have it request electric engine units. We don't need to belt them around. Didn't I have one of the... Another one is this one, a classic one is that one, because that needs inserters, and they're obviously way up here. Is there anything else I would have built that was based on a request? Don't think so. But what we do have, of course, is our rocket silo. So they'll steadily fill them in. What about platform starters? I probably cut that off because of the resource demand. Or maybe I didn't even build them. Maybe I just did one by hand. Oh no, here we go, starter packs. Oh, okay, so I must have turned it back on at some point. That's good. What are you trying to do? 500, that's great. Excellent. Got grabby arms. Because there's one of these, isn't there, that we have to do as a... Oh no, we've done it, I think, haven't we? One of them's like a trigger tech. I think it might be the space science itself, maybe. Yeah, we're going to go to Volcanus first. I've kind of come around. I was always sort of a go to Volgora first, because Volgora obviously gives you the mech armor, which just makes life a lot easier. But on Volcanus in particular, because you can just jump over all the cliffs. But I've kind of come around to the whole, the best way of doing, or a really good way of doing the planets, is Volcanus, Volgora, Gleba. Because Volcanus is just so easy. And it's like, you get the foundry, which is just awesome. I mean, it's not perfect, because making circuits there is a pain in the backside. Until you've got the EMP. Because this is what I found in my recent 2.1 playthrough. I was like, making the science, I was like, this is easy. It's like, and I can, the fact that I've not got any space because of all these cliffs is sort of irrelevant, because it's just a tiny footprint. So yeah, I think I've come around to that viewpoint. So I guess we need to take them out. And then we can work on actually designing the thing. The problem with this, like doing a big clearance now, is the way they've redone the colonisation, the expansion thing, is it will like hyper target these 3 areas. So it it's very, the algorithm is very keen now to fill in gaps. So it's not actually best, I don't think, to clear out a big swathe like this without putting defences on. But say we've got it needs to make a load of and of course now the groups that it puts in, I didn't buy them out, are actually problematic. Whereas before it was just like 4 nests and that was it. And now it can be up to, not sure what level we're on, it must be about 60 or so. Is that thoroughly poisoned? Oh, one button. Wait, was I shooting? I think I was just shooting cannon shells. That was a waste. I've got that on. Let's let you guys. Oh, wrong button. Oh, we've all died. Okay, again. So yeah, we'll go up from here basically, and we'll pop in just the blank one. Let's get it oriented right. So where's it going to need? It's going to need to be sort of, if that's, let's drive back over there. Because I also can't do the requests because they'll fly over, and if there's something has colonised in there, they'll get killed off. But yeah, so if that was there, that's too... no, that's probably... So if it was sort of there-ish... yeah, that'd work. So, what we're just going to do is we need to like put one in, but assume it's not there, if you see what I mean. Didn't I have one that was at the center point marked? Did I get rid of that? I think I did, didn't I? Is it about there? No, it needs to be there, maybe? Yeah. 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 So that's halfway up one of these, whatever we're calling them, cells. So we want our walls to be just inside that. We also need them to connect on either side. So then if that's the unit, that, yeah, the walls will connect. Cool. We will double wall. So we're going to kind of do this as ready for anything in a sense. I shouldn't have got rid of that power pump. That was dumb. Just bring it inside, basically. Yeah, I know, guys. Messing you about again. Cool. So this tells me where the middle is. A good distribution of lasers, and I guess we've sort of got substations, haven't we? How much would they... we would need 2 per cell, basically. That's quite expensive compared to the medium ones. Okay, let's not do the medium ones then. But basically, if that's the center point, then I either want some sort of arrangement of these guys. Yeah. Oh. It's not the center point then, is it? Because that should be there. Oh no, that's right. Oh, it's this wall that should be there. So if I copy that, yeah, then that matches up. Cool. And then we want. Well, I haven't got any requests to chests, because they will be down in the. Which one's that? What's that one there? Yeah. And then you would be. That's the same one, isn't it? Yeah. So we can take that out. Alright, because that one is effectively that one. Yeah, cool. Okay, I can move this back. Like so. And then I guess that was the middle one, wasn't it? So if we put them every other. Well, do it there. And we won't miss any out. Because that would be. There. Just check. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Okay. And then we want. I mean, we're going to need. So we need loads of request to chests. There they are. So we'll do users in a minute. And we want. We're not going to request a lot. Not least of all because we won't have enough. I'll take that. Okay. Move that back by one. Yeah, but we need lasers then. And that gives us the chance then we can put, you know, a rocket turret there, a Tesla turret there. We can double up. We don't want to do all of those for now. But yeah, we can add a sort of second row of lasers. Okay, did I copy that across, that instruction request rather? I think they've tweaked the... I don't think it was in the patch notes, but I don't remember it making that noise when you opened a chest. We've got that as a connection. Should we put some lights on? Eh. Always helps to see what you're doing, doesn't it? Because that's... Wait, that doesn't match, does it? So if that was there... No, what have I done wrong there? I think I've got that laser turret in the wrong place. There we go. And it's already covered by that one. So that would go to there, yep. And that will go to there. Perfect. Because we don't this is like an extension in the sense that we need this part of it, but we don't want the extra bit. Oops. But I need them in order to make, help me do the readability of it. And we don't really need, we don't need a double line of robo ports. Going up. Oops. Power poles is worth having as a safety. But yes, that cuts down, I can just have one, because so long as it's connected as a single network, it'll be fine. Cool, so, they're bringing them in, we don't want to do that. What have I missed? I think that's fine for that. We obviously need a corner as well. So we want this to be grid snapped. No, absolute 32 was it? 42. Move that to there. To, not sure why it's saying 29 as the height. Fine. What does that? Oh. I need to offset it, don't I? What's it offset by in this one? 16. Which makes sense because it's off. 16. Wait, was that? 30, yeah. Come on. There we go. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Doesn't really matter. Hopefully, it doesn't really matter with the power poles. They might, I guess they might come and chew on them if they really want to, but yeah. And here come the bots. They're all very slow, obviously. Still. I don't imagine we could do a speed one. Don't we need? Yeah, we need like gold science. So why I'm not doing them? I don't know. I already got the achievement. I guess we could do. Let's turn that off. If we have the next level of module queued up instead. The landing pad, they put it in so early, so that, like, to encourage you to use it basically, because you know your throughput is not going to be a problem, you know, until quite far on. But the idea is to like encourage you to use it. Also, like the icon looks like it's winking at you. It's like that's an eye, that's a nose, that's a mouth, and then this looks like it's winking at you. Is there anything else I want to queue up, really? So this is useful, we do want it, but let's get the other stuff first, really. Okay, so that should all kind of sort itself out. We might want them to get them to put some more solar in as well, because all these bots is going to be quite a demand on the system, but we have quite a lot of headroom. Oh, it went down there. Why did it go down? Oh, no, there you go. It's just the scale. See, we're not even using our accumulators particularly, so we have a bit of headroom for charging bots. Yes, so if we put in, we can put this in our main list of blueprints, I think. Get off there. And we might as well say, we've just cleared this out, so we might as well get them to go. Won't go all the way in case there has been a fill-in. And we start getting alerts, but we'll take it sort of up there. Wait, I'm doing the wrong one. It's the actual row report one. I don't want to do that. What we want to do is the next one down. Up, down, down, up. That one. Yeah, so we'll get them to do it to there, say. Do I want, if you see me look annoyed, the idiots that drive their motorbikes around this estate are driving their motorbikes around this estate like it's a racetrack, because they are idiots. Okay, so if we had a corner, it would be like that, wouldn't it? Something along those lines. If we... There's been the sort of irony is, I've had, basically there's been roadworks. Well, they're not roadworks, they're sewage works. For the last, like, 4 months. It's been horrendous, because they basically had a pump going. Essentially what they've been doing is taking sewage from somewhere else and pumping it into our sewage system. Because they're doing work on some, you know, they're like upgrading the sewage. So the actual sewage has got to go somewhere. Apologies for sewage chat. But yeah, and so there's been this pump running, like really loud, for the last, say, 4 months. But the advantage was, because it was such a flow, it meant that essentially wants to be there actually, doesn't it? They excuse me. It meant that they had to put like pipes across the street, and so effectively they put in what we call sleeping policemen in the UK. But basically speed humps for the last 4 months on this estate that weren't normally there. So these idiots that drive their bikes as if it's a racetrack, they couldn't because there was a whacking great speed. It's what it needs. It should have proper speed bumps, but it doesn't. But yeah, so and that's now stopped. You see, so I've had the bliss of this pump not running 24/7, driving me insane with its noise, has been replaced with the hell of that has been replaced with the hell of these idiots driving these bikes really fast. it's just like I knew. I was like, oh no, they've finished. That means these idiots are going to come back. Ah well. We will put an extra... Where do we want to put it? There, maybe? The tricky thing with the corner is because these aren't the repeating part, I kind of don't want to have the Roboport in it, I think. And it's just whatever the orientation is wherever we are. And we don't really want that, but we can put a radar in just to give us... Make sure. We're always going to want one in that corner. So hopefully if I mean, we're literally going to have 4 of these, you know, so who cares in a sense, but that's well, I can't reach it. So if I go... Take that Roboport just so I can kind of align it. No, if we take that... Because we don't really need this to, you know, snap to grid or anything. Okay, so hopefully, we can always correct it if it's slightly off, but hopefully that's our corner, of which I say we will need 4 at maximum, and obviously that corner's in the sea. We're not going to do a corner there. There's no corner there. So we're literally going to do 1 corner over there. If it's wrong, it's fine. It does mean I've messed you about, bots. I have messed you about. There is nothing required here. Okay, so are we doing on ammo as well? Because that'll be the other limiting factor. Which ammo have we got? 875. Okay, we should probably do that, and then we can also put some of them in. Same here, I would suspect. Don't I have some piercing ammo being made somewhere else? That's that one. Where's that? No. Oh, it's in the... Oh, there's one up here. Okay. So we can... Well, there's nothing in that one. I've emptied it out. Cheeky little monsters. I don't think we need it in the yellow, because it's like a 2-to-1 ratio now. But we'll just stick it in anyway. Who cares? Right, so we need to get our combat one. Put that there. Kind of keep going. Just sort of leave them to it, really. That's the thing now. We'll have a quick check, see if anything has colonised. If not, we'll go back and... Because I've got a load of ammo on me as well, haven't I? So, in the tank. We get the requests now as well. Let's have a quick look. See anything? Good. think they were there before. So, if we're going to go up to this sort of edge here, then the angle is something like that, isn't it? So we need to take kind of all of these ones out. And these are quite small. These must be mostly colonisations, I think. So, shouldn't be too much trouble. Let's get them in. Here. Quite well, me. Oops. Them as well, I guess, those two. And then we'll head back for a restock. Do I need the... One of the problems with the combat bots when you get up to rocket fuel is you're moving too fast, so you get that slingshot effect, and they go whizzing past. So all the way over there. But it's still quite a good distraction for the biters. Oh, very wormy. Might have been an earlier one before that most recent change. We're fine there for now. Should keep that nice and clear so we can, with a hope and a prayer, extend that up. Do I want to be very brave and go up here? I think they're probably fine. We probably don't need to take them out, but certainly, obviously, we do these. I'm obviously trying to grab these bigger patches here. You know, we do have uranium there, but it's that iron we want, really. So we've got 3 nice meaty patches within easy reach. Okay, so yeah, let's head back to base. What have I got in here? Let's put some there. I think it's automatically refilled it, so don't need that. Okay. So I'm going to use it as, how to phrase it, that if it's in the tank, it's like the back. It's like what Brian wants. We've used everything up here. You know, assuming they've not made enough replacement, basically. which we seem to be doing okay with. They could up that to blue, I guess. Where are the combat bots? They're over here, aren't they? We'll leave that one grey because we want the ammo in preference. So we did thrusters, I think, didn't we? Yeah, so we got the 2 other chests, which I don't really care about particularly. Ice melting, thrusters, and fuel. Okay, so we want to start making thrusters. Do we want to do it as... Because there's another one, isn't there? No, we've got landing pads. Grabbers, crushers. Oh, there's the cargo, the other... This one. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, so if we do another one of these, because we also want to switch up to a bot-based manufacture, you know, like make these bot-based. Oh, I'm doing the rail stuff. But we'll leave it for now. So 0 wants to be the thrusters. And we'll leave the other one. So what we can grab is steel and processing units. Processing units. Steel, and we'll just tweak that. In fact, probably have to do that. Request from it. Why are you not requesting anything? Oh, because I wasn't here to put the recipe on, so we don't really need them. Don't really need them. Crash on requested. Crash on requested. You've got everything? Yeah. So, we want to import them. Well, eventually we import them. What we want is electric engines. Requested. Cool. And we want a chance of quality, please. It'll be the same with them. No, well, yeah. Okay. What we could do is we could set the platform up. So this is going to be our Volcanus 1. Let's just call it. So is this on auto? Let's go over there actually. So, what would you request? You would be 8, would it? Okay. It's interesting that's on trash unrequested. Anyway, we'll make that 20. So 20 there. I guess trash unrequested the same, really, isn't it? 20 of them. Cool. Are you on auto? Yeah. For the space platform. Cool. So once that's built, we can get it to, you know, haul up a load of, you know, platform pieces and stuff for us. Because what I'm kind of thinking is we put the wall in there. Because this bit, I say these are choke points. So apart from... Oh, here we go. Something is eating our base. Oh, it's from there. That's annoying. I think you've just put yourselves on the target list, I'm afraid, chaps. No, no. Don't run your own train over. All right, all right. Oh, now you're attacking the railway, are you? How about we run you over? Tidying up. Cool. Destroyed. The bots will be... Shall I just do it? Because they might be a bit busy. Cool. So these are now just essentially a dumb system in that, you know, this has got a set of 2, so there's 2 trains waiting. You know, it's a very simple way of doing it now. Oh, that's our platform. Okay, so let's have a think what we might end up building. I guess if we just do a generic quest for, let's do 400 platform pieces. We're going to want a couple of cargo bays. I don't normally do too much with them. We'll put 4 on for now. And then what do we want? We're going to want a whole bunch of belt. 200 and 100. We don't actually have the undies, do we? So there's that I could add on. Yeah, we'll just request 50 of them. We're not going to need 50 splitters. 25 of them, say. Need some inserters. Might need some long-handeds. Don't know. What else? We will need to make thruster fuel. So we need... Where is it? Chemical plants. We're not going to need 10 of them though. Let's do... We'll do 5, but we don't need that many. We're going to have to make ammo, because I've not set up an ammo making platform yet, but... let's do 12, I think. And then let's put that as 4. We're not... Well, 3. We're not going to need that many. For the platform, we are going to need efficiency modules. Do we want 50 of them straight away? Probably not. Let's just do like 20. We've got that. Let's get... I'm always in 2 minds about like storing fluids, but if we do bring some of them up, just do some undergrounds, then a few pumps, maybe we'll put that as 4. We shouldn't need that many. What else? There's obviously logic stuff. I think I do it differently every time. So we'll bring up all 3 of them, but only a few. With the new mixed one, I've sort of learnt to love the mixed rocket loads. Before I would just build in some stuff and it would send a full stack each time. But now I've sort of learnt to, you know, do some minimal requests. We obviously haven't really got bulk inserters. We need to make these. We'll make them via bot request. What else is there? We've got, obviously solar panels. I don't know how many we've got. Of whatever. Let's do, how many does it reckon? Very long planet, 37, okay. So if we do maybe 25, that's way too many, but we got them. Might as well see if we need to use them. What about you? 26, okay, yeah. So if we do say 20 of them, because we're going to Volcanus, so we get extra solar, you know, for free. So probably won't need accumulators, but if we design one, then we can reuse it for Volgora and Gleba. What else would we need? I mean, are we gonna... I'd rather just stick with, you know, speed modules. Sorry, efficiency modules for now. What else? So we've got solar panels for power. There is obviously the general thing of being a platform, you know, in the game, as it were. Which would be, we could set this up. So this is our, I mean, we could turn it off. This is our general request. If we want a platform, then it needs to have some platform pieces, you know, like a mobile platform and some repair bags. I don't normally bother with like putting walls on the front of me platforms or anything. Just seems too much of a faff to me. Asteroid collectors, we'll put 4, but we might just do 2 on the front. Crushers, we obviously need at least 1 of each. Because we've got 3 asteroids. We've already got the cargo bays up. Thrusters, we'll just put 1 on. If we've got quality ones of these. No. And the grabbers. I don't think we made any quality grabbers, did we? No, it was like 1 blue cargo bay. Do. What we also need, though, is our... what we're going to call our rocket. Again, we're going to turn it off. But this will be our... rocket parts request, which will be... because we want a separate one as well. In order to do the actual rocket silo, and that consists of, he struggles to remember, it's like 1,000 steel, isn't it? This is why you kind of have to put a couple of cargo things on, because you end up, you know, the other option is doing lots of trips. We need concrete, 1,000 of as well. We need called. Let's look at it. Let's use the new pinning feature to keep it open. But we need 200 processing units. Oops. Oh. We need to do that. 200. And let's put them in the same order. 200 electric engines. This is proper cargo stuff, but I'm just setting it up now because. And we can turn this off whenever we go to a new planet. You know, we'll bring these up. Make the rocket silo, and then we can just turn the request off or not, sort of thing. But for the actual platform, you know, so we can do our first few rockets at least before we're self-sufficient. We want 100 of them. 100 of them. And where do they live? 100 of them. Cool. So this we turn on. This will, you know, be running for all normal platforms. We'll have versions that are for nuclear platforms where it requests in the fuel, and fusion platforms where it requests in the fuel. But obviously a lot later. The bit I have forgotten here is gun foods. Guns, rather, not even gun foods. So let's just bring a stack of them up. Why are you not bringing in anything? What are you waiting on? No, let's get rid of that now. What's holding you up? Just the need to bring in platform pieces at the same time as some idiot has set a load of requests for the bots to fulfill. Where were we? We were going to exterminate these guys who wanted our attention. Let's turn the bots off. Oops. Oh, looks like we've had a new... Oh, they're going to do a spawning, aren't they? Let's have a watch. Friday Facts adjacent. Are you doing anything, lads? No? Just having a get together. Bit of a chat. Thought we might be able to see it in action, the new thing, but oh, something's happened there. Look, I'm guessing it's just out of range. Then is it? I wonder if we can sneak up. It could take ages now with the 30-second cooldown on it. It takes like quite a long time. As I said when I was doing the video, I think I would have preferred a little bit shorter because I mean 80 biters taking 30 seconds each is quite a while. We're going to go and interrupt it, obviously, but just wondering if we can sneakily do a David Attenborough on the other side. So it's spawned a couple of worms and a nest, so we shouldn't have to wait longer than 30 seconds, but let's see what they do. I sometimes wonder what it's... oh, there we go. Yeah, oh, another worm. Sometimes wonder what it's meant, what as it were, what it would represent. You know, what are they actually? Is it? Are they all launching a load of pheromones and, you know, coordinating what they're doing, or what? Or is it some instinctive thing? You know, how do they pick what happens? And get, you know, in if it was a real thing happening. Okay. What you can actually do as well, I mean, I didn't mention it in the video, but if you don't know, you can do... I always forget that there is. And if we do... You can put on... Also get the values, is it didn't show this in the Friday Facts, but that's like the weighting that it's giving it. So when it says, you know, 1, that is basically you will go and colonise here next, effectively. Or the best candidate. You see how the colouring, so 0.3435 is very low, and it's because it's quite close to my structures, basically. They have sort of reintroduced that, but not it's more like it'll still go right up to the edge, as you can see. But that was one of the ways it was going wrong, you know, when it said they were colonising right on the doorstep. It's because these values were, you know, too high, basically. But here you go, you see. So I cleared out all this area. So they're now, and that one's 0.90, 0.912, 0.933. So these are very high candidate expansion things. And look, I think that's new, isn't it? I think that one has colonised in since we did that. So say it sort of, it does go, you know, for the sort of gaps that are close to you and what have you. The colour is basically a representation of the number, so you don't really need the number. Yeah, that's what it's doing. So it used to do like red ones, and that's what it showed, where it was like 0. And I guess it's just more efficient not to store them. It looks like it culls, but I can't see any that are below like 0.4. So I wonder if it just you know, that's just if it's below 0.4 weighting, just ignore, you know, just don't record the number sort of thing. But one of the things this also does is it tells you where the nests are, because as you can see, they're sort of avoiding that area. So if that was like in the fog of war, where's a good one in the... So there's probably a nest somewhere here, because they're properly avoiding any kind of colonisation there. Can't see anywhere near that would be... Like, because it goes right up to the edge, you see. But if there's a nest, it won't. So there's clearly, I mean, we can see there's a red dot there, but, you know, there's one obviously in there, but nothing there. But yeah, so if you ever want to do that, you just hit F4, and it's candidate, is what you're looking for, candidate chunks. So we better head up, since we know there's now biters up there, we better head up that way so they don't eat my bolts. We will kill off these guys in the interim. Oops. What I might do with a biter zoo idea, I might just block that off. And then I'll do that later because that's going to take ages. Because I basically need to thin it down a bit and, you know, take out the the spitter nests rather than the biter nests. But these are all quite small, these ones. So I think we'll take these. We shouldn't have built there, I don't hope. Yeah, so we'll take these out. And maybe see about adding in a wall on this side. So we need some of them. See, one of the problems with the worm heavy ones, because it's sort of fine when you think about it, it doesn't, it's just a type of spawning, but one of the problems with them, particularly early on, is that because they are very weak to poison, they're like trivial to get rid of. Obviously when you get up to big worms, then more of a problem. Small and medium, you just lob a couple of capsules in and just drive away and start. so trivial to get missed. Come on, there we go. Get some pots on. Oh, wrong thing. So it's a bit like the old thing of tapping your head and rubbing your tummy with this. Concentrate on multiple things. Oh, that's all the nests gone. It's a little bit of poison around. So let's tank them into. Just adds extra. Oh, I've put it on. That's a bit of extra damage, you know. And I forgot to turn my own bots off. Right, so that's all that area cleared out. So I think maybe, because I can just extend it from here, you see. So if we go, how are you doing on this? Okay. Are we like short of roboports or anything? Because I could maybe just build it in, you see. Where's... Right there, roboports. Oh, we got loads of roboports. What are you actually struggling on, guys? Is it just filling out walls and stuff? Yeah, it's just filling out walls, isn't it? It just takes a lot of time. It'll also be bolstering up our bot numbers, which is always useful. What about gun turrets? Have we run out of gun turrets or anything? So we got, yeah, maybe a couple hundred of them. And then laser here. We could probably make that a blue. Look up speeds. We could add in flamers and stuff as well. I just don't normally bother. Because the fluids are just a faff to work with. You know, because of the maximum range, maximum distance and all that sort of stuff. Just a bit tedious. But they are massively effective. So that's that one. I guess I can make that a blue assembler. Don't really need the speeds now. What else goes into it? There's the ammo. Let's have the ammo situation. Yes, that's almost dry, but... Oh no, that's dry as well. And that's dry. Okay, so we are running low on ammo. Because it's got lasers in it, that sort of doesn't matter. Yeah, they're getting close now. Okay, so we will... I turn my bots off rather than turning them on. Genius. We will... take these guys out and then head up. Oh dear, you're a bit annoying. Those trees go off. Oh. When you get the final speed, it's like becomes like a machine gun. It's a huge amount of fun. Okay, didn't we have one left? Yeah, we got one left. Yeah, you too. Okay, let's head up and take out that new colonisation. And I think I might come back and just stick a wall in on this side. And I'll leave our zoo for later. And what do I need to do? I guess if I... Oh, there's a uranium there as well. Okay. Paired, that's cool. Right, so... Bots. Yeah, we're way short on ammo, aren't we? I might thin this out, actually. It is a lot of DACA. Do we really need quite so many gun turrets? How do we do that? Yeah. Yeah, I think it was a bit over-optimistic on that. Taking them out might be a pain in the backside then. As it didn't, it sort of doesn't matter because the lasers do, and they'll just slowly fill up with ammo. Yeah, it's a bit over the top there, I think. Head. So, what am I thinking? I'm thinking that we can... Oh, I forgot those worms. I'm thinking that I can do this next bit. How many have I got? 8. Because what's that going to be? That's going to be... Where is it? The most convenient to go down there, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Kind of 9? Unless we take it back 1 maybe. No, that's fine. 8. So 9. So what we can do is take that, pop it on there, go 9. Turn out requests on, which immediately dumps them out. That's not good. In the tank. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Okay, so if we head up here, let the bots restock us. Oh, off goes a rocket. Yeah, well, this was definitely way too much, wasn't it? We go take those out. They built quite a lot, haven't they? Okay. Oops. They have built quite a lot. Because when we get to where it's actual ghosts, we can basically just delete the blueprint, edit the blueprint, and do that instead. Yeah, they've definitely built a lot. Been busy, these built bots. I'm only halfway down it. Okay, let's cancel this out for now. Yep. And what we want to do, we make a copy of this, I think. Copy, pop it there. And then it was those ones I'm removing. Cool. So I want to use that one instead. Of course, we can't see in there. Oh, they brought me stuff. Mm-hmm. How much are we missing? I think I put... I know the lights were next to the power poles, weren't they? If we turn that one off, do that. There we go. Gives a bit of room. How are we doing? Might be too much. Fill us up. So I don't think these work in fog of war, do they? Where did we get to? At least they know to take them to the ones that are missing, that demanding but missing. That's exactly the type of thing. It's like a very Factorio quality of life thing. As in, the devs have played the game a lot and they know that the most convenient thing for them to do would be to take them to fulfill other requests, not to just stick them in a box and then another to have to come and fulfill the request. God, come on. Nearly there. Nearly there. There we go. Crikey. Busy, busy bots. Have we done this yet? Nearly. Yeah, in fact, there we are. We are done. Cool. So if I turn that off, we can delete that because we've got all of them there. Cool. So now we can go and build out the what's that western wall, the west end wall. In fact, I need to replace it, don't I? Because that was the old one. That's fine. Oh, actually, that's gone. Say hello to my little friends. Where are you? There you are. Should kill them. You never know. Well. Ah, I might have an issue with the cliff. I didn't spot that. Oops. Okay, so this thinner one and down there. Right. Okay. We'll take a break in a moment. Need some more water. Okay, can cope as well. It is. I mean, just for. Like, I've not been to, because people said they couldn't tell, but I have the noise cancelling on because it's 30 degrees in the UK today. I think this is just our summer now. It's just a hot summer. Yeah, 30 degrees. So stick that one in there. And then power bars that we just the gap. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, so aircon's always. Maybe we stick in a couple of extra lasers. I could maybe do a. No. Cool. Yeah. We'll build this in. I'll see about connecting it. Might not have the resources to do that, but we shall see. Extra lasers because we're on the corner. Yeah, so I mean, oh, are they still? It might just have left them on the map. We'll have to see when we swing back. But yeah, because obviously we're going to want, you know, this iron basically. So extending the railroad isn't bad. And if we end up doing a, you know, resupplied wall, as it were, because probably want the copper anyway. So you know, it's fine. And I can just connect with the normal... where are they now? I've done it. Yeah. We're going to have roboports at all sorts of weird angles, but it is what it is. That should be in the rail network. Have a look, see. Yeah. Yeah, the idea is going to be to wall, you know, eventually I want to thin this down so that there's a reasonable sort of number, because there's quite a lot there, but it's just the positioning of it is really good, because we can create a choke point there, and it's quite going to be quite, you know, I can turn that into a wall, that into a wall, and that into a wall, and they're perfectly contained. We probably don't want to be bringing in ammo, because they'll fly over the top. You know, if there's a resupply request here, they'll fly over the top of the biters, so we can swap it out for lasers, which is why it's probably a later job, I think, because we'll end up blowing our power supply. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So we connect all of this up. Ah, no, that was just outside the robots there. So if we build this in, and suddenly ping, we should have a western wall. Except not, that needs to come one further up, really, doesn't it? Why do those look like they're on different grids? Just a weird quirk of how it looks, I think. Oh, they are, well, yeah, because this is different orientation. Fine. Okay, so let's leave that for the main bots, guys. We don't need to do that. Let's get the tank. And this is all completely unnecessary. You know, we don't need, in a sense, to do this. I am quite curious on our space platform. Oh, it's got loads. Okay. What's our blocker then? It'll be blue science, I bet. Because that's pathetic what we're doing at the moment. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I'm kind of keen to like build this like it's a significant base and like planned out and properly done, rather than I usually rush basically. Which doesn't mean it's quick, it just means it's rushed. No. Let the base bots do the details of the thing. Better go and check on our guys though, because I bet they'll end up taking pot shots. Are they still alive? You still here? You are. How have you survived? Oh, it's a medium. That's one. Give you a double poisoning then. Let's see how you see how you like that. Yeah, it's gone. All we need to do is connect the power up, because obviously we've got lasers there. The base bots can take care of all that stuff. Yeah, didn't leap into action. Why is that? How is the power disconnected? Oh, I've missed one. That's fine. It'll take a moment to charge up. It'll take a moment to charge up. Yeah, so they can sort out the ammo thing. Do I need to fix? Yeah, I need to fix this, don't I? Nuts. Nuts. Wait, that's the super dense one. Okay. See why I did this as a a longer stream? Because I mean, we probably won't get it done in the 4 hours. I'm trying to wall off a very big area. How is our platform doing? Let's have a look and see what's been delivered, what's not been delivered. Basically nothing. Why is that, my friend? Why are you not? Is it because somebody set a load of logistics requests? No, we're out of load of these structures. Okay, that's weird. They're not getting steel. Why are they not getting steel? Oh, because iron ore is only just coming in. Why is iron ore only just coming in? Are you still loading up? Okay. It's because I'm only bringing in 2 yellow belts. Basically, that's the issue. So I can't feed 4 yellow belts, which is what 2 red belts are, from 2 yellow belts. So that makes sense. I did not fill this back out again. Okay, do we want to do that? Might as well. If we just sort of cut it off there, and then we want to put in more miners, like that. Should we do all of it? Just worried on the power front though. So I'm already turning that one backward. So actually it'd probably be better if we did, let's turn it that way. We cleared that bit about off. And then these. Oh, biter spawning. Okay. Here we go. We'll get the tedious beep beep now. I don't necessarily really care that they're up there, because we're not going to get behemoths, so they're not going to spit at anything. So yeah. What's I doing? So yes, we go there. And then there we go again. We want... Oops. Oh no, that's okay, that's not done. Another one. Yes, so we kind of want two going over that way, don't we? Unlike feeding there. Don't want that to be a splitter, really. And then if we make this there instead. I think that doubles the amount coming in, I think. Can't see anything wrong with it, it looks okay. Well, they are getting a bit close there, aren't they? Might end up eating our power poles. And this is still being made. Oh, here we go, I need to get rid of that. Swap in that one. Beep, beep. It's sort of slow. This colour is slowly grouping down towards the walls. Okay. Okay. Let us just get them away. They can use them to make more stuff. Beep, beep. So head back to base. I will probably leave it run. It will basically restock. Let the bots empty us out and what have you. That might mean we end up with. I'll come back and the base is on fire, as it were. But I shouldn't think so. But yes, I'm going to take a 5-minute break or so. And get a new glass of water, etc. Cool. Heck, I did indeed get myself a can of, not sponsored, brown sugar water. So apologies for any burping. Which is quite hot. Oh. I accidentally turned something off. Yeah. Cool. Yes, so, I mean, it's been beeping away. I did it again. It's been beeping away as these guys fill in. They seem to be determined to be right up close to the walls, which is very annoying of them. And we need to sort that out again. Coal. Do that. Coal. Wait. Okay. What's the plan then? I mean, we need to clear this out so that we can build a wall here. As noted, I need to clear this out. Obviously, it's a lot, and I need to clear it out. But do I really? That's one of the things I'm wondering. is could I just... Because the sort of problem is, these are lovely choke points. Which means a very minimal investment of resources. You know, just enough to block it off, basically. Which is brilliant. But it means killing off an awful lot of biters, which is going to take ages. Again, I could do that off stream. How long have we got? In theory, got an hour and a half. I'm not sure I'll last another hour and a half. But if I do, I probably still wouldn't have done it. So the other option is put a, you know, clear out, say, those three, and put a wall across there. You know, almost temporarily. But that requires an awful lot of resources. You know, I'm only just finishing this bit. And we need to do all of this. So what we'll focus on is all of this up here. If we can get this corner, you know, this bit laid in. There we go, burping, you see. Terrible choice of beverage. Yeah, if we get that bit laid in, then I could just take this on, you know, at some point. I mean, I could always do the choke points and then, you know, take them out later. I don't even know what's in there. Something nasty, I'm sure. Another beep. I guess we should just check, you know, have we still got roboports? Yeah, loads of them. Have we still got gun turrets? Yeah, loads of them. Have we still got laser turrets? Where are they? No, we've got no laser turrets. Partly because of this steel issue. Okay, has that been even slightly resolved by upgrading that? Maybe? Maybe? Beep, beep. So this is the annoying part of it. If it was done like... I mean, I don't know... Whoops. I don't know that they could, in a sense. But if it was just like occasional, or it only triggered on, I don't know, every third one or fifth one or something like that. Let's say, as it showed on the chart on the Friday Facts, you can have up to 80 biters doing a colonisation now, which is an awful lot of beeps. An awful lot of beeps. Oh, that's better. Yeah, I like the concept of it in practice. Maybe needs a little bit of rethinking. A little bit of rethinking. Yeah, let's check out these guys. So where am I actually thinking of putting this? There? It's probably a bit easier doing it there. Yeah, that will work. So we need to do like up to that point. Just fill that in on the map. Beep beep. Was that right? Or did I moved it one over, didn't I? No, so our corner needs to be here. That's what we're after. So we're going to have to take them out. I would try and leave them. Oh, it's beeping again. I guess for anyone who hasn't played 2, but oh no, don't build that, guys. I was hoping you would repair me. That was it. So for anyone who isn't or hasn't played 2.1, you're getting a demonstration of what I was talking about in the Friday Facts. It's a bit too much beeping for me. It's slightly, I mean, being a bit harsh, but it's slightly ironic in a sense that my big complaint about, and clearly Clonal's big complaint about the expansion groups is that they were annoying, not a challenge. And so what they've done is they've introduced a way for them to still be annoying without actually, without there being any challenge. Via a beep. Via a beep. Beep est weiter. Ah. And you're to blame. You give rocks a bad name. Oh, looks like something happened here. Now, if that was coming down there, they're definitely going to have to go. Are they too close? It's getting into that sort of range territory, isn't it? Which is like... You see how we're getting the odd attack coming in? Because it sort of triggers... a response wave, basically. So these will all get killed off. And then the new ones that spawn in will just wander around, and then one of them will aggro. Because that's the problem with being too close, really. It doesn't... It's probably not going to actually... cause a problem. It's just a continuous drain on resources. Okay, let's sort. Oh, is that it? Is that it? Seriously? Is that all you've done? Pathetic. Where would we come down? So yeah, we need to get these guys out, right? Very wormy. We're at the LAN party. They treated us incredibly well. It was I was quite surprised actually, because obviously, you know, you hear I think these halcyon days are gone, but journalists used to get taken to all sorts of events for games. I mean, they do it for films and stuff as well. So games is more what I'm into, but you know, they would take them to some swanky hotel and wine and dine them. There's a reason they do it, and it's because you have a natural, it's like just a natural human instinct to regard anyone who gives you a gift that you owe them, essentially, and to look more favourably upon them. It's actually kind of, I say, it's just, that's not any, it's not anything weird. It's not because they're journalists or any nonsense like that. It's just a natural human instinct. It's why a lot of cultures, if you go to someone's house, you take a gift. It's, you know, you're obviously expecting them to feed you or what have you, but you take a gift in order, you know, for them to look kindly upon you, basically. And so their natural instinct is to, or you know, it's taking advantage of a natural instinct where if I give you something, then you feel you need to, you know, reciprocate, basically. So if you're trying to get these journalists to preview a game and give you a good preview, it doesn't exactly hurt to buy them a bad meal, a good meal, sorry. Take them to a swanky hotel and get them drunk or what have you. Just a natural human instinct, which isn't to say they can't separate it, you know, and still be unbiased, but say it's just a thing they take. It's like when you go to a convention or an event or something like that for work, and everyone gives you pens or notepads and stuff like that. It's exactly the same thing. It's, even though it's exactly the same thing you're going to get every booth, and it's actually annoying because you've got a drawer full of useless mugs or what have you. They used to do it at Sports Direct, the classic Sports Direct mug. And the reason it's done is to make you look more favourably upon the person, and therefore maybe buy more of their stuff. I was making a point there, and I got distracted down to 3 levels. What was I talking about originally? Oh yes, when they took us to the LAN event, and I say they fed us and watered us, and it was really very, very kind of them. And I don't mean that in a showing off way. What I was going to say is that the only kind of complaint with it was that the only fizzy drinks they had, so like soda, was Coke. And you know, I like Coke, but after whatever it was, 3 days or what have you, I was a bit fed up. It sort of becomes a bit, you know. And this is free, you know. It's not, we won't pay for it. But even when it's like that, you know, it's not quite the same thing, is it? Never look a gift horse in the mouth. But it's like eventually you do get to a point of like, well, thank you, but I've had enough of that. But yeah, they've got some lemonade and stuff. So it seemed to be everywhere. It seemed to be like that's. It's a bit like Mexico, where Coke is just completely and totally dominant. It's just one of those countries where that's, meaning Coca-Cola, not just cola, but actual Coke. That's kind of the drink everyone drinks, isn't it? It's a bit like tea here, you know. So yeah, it did seem to be. You walked into a convenience store and it was like 5 rows of Coke and then 1 row of absolutely everything else. So let's fill this in properly. No, other way, that way. There we go. So that's what we want, and then we just put a little bit of all that, just in case. And an extra laser or two. Yeah, I think they're going to have to go in the same way. I'm going to have to go up and take our new friends out. Is the steel situation rectifying itself? We have lots of iron ore coming in. Has this been building up at all? Kinda. Oh yeah, no, there we go. Yeah, so we're getting... That means we're not... Because if I'm pushing in, 4 yellow belts worth at this end, and taking out 4 yellow belts here, any kind of backup, as it were, any kind of excess means that we are oversupplying, and as you can, yeah, it's stuttering, so that means we're not quite using it all, which is not surprising because that belt is backed up, which is good. So our steel should be... Oh, you've not. That was from when they ate it a while back. We are missing a furnace there. I never put modules in them, didn't I? Oh, space science coming down. It's been chugging away doing all of these. I know it's tight. The bottleneck is blue science, so we're not. We're doing well basically. Is the point? Oh, we've done the planet. I didn't realise. Okay. I thought I hadn't queued it up for some reason. Cool. So if we do that one, then other planets aside, that's basically all the space science done, isn't it? If we get these quality 2 modules. Let's put the modules on. I guess there's the gold and the purple. Yeah, if we get that one done. Not that one. That one. See, it's 700. I don't know why it's so expensive. I say they put it in early to encourage you to use it, or not have a problem with it when you get there, as it were. And then they've made it 750, which is very expensive. So it's like, I think it's, the planets are more expensive, but I think it's the most expensive one. Pre-later post-planet type researches, because that's only 500, isn't it? Yeah. So sort of couldn't help themselves, I guess. Have this early so you can get used to using it. Oh, but it's also really expensive, so you probably won't use it. Probably won't research it. So yeah, I think if we do that one, I might, turn that off again, and we'll just let it build up a bit of blue science. Because what I want to do, I want to have like proper factories building the things. So, we'll have a red science factory, we'll have a green science factory, might combine those two, but we'll have a blue science factory, we'll have a military science factory, so that it's a properly sustainable base, so that we can go to the other planets and we can be assured that if we send a whole load of orange aid back to the the main factory, it's not going to struggle, because there isn't any red science or what have you. It's going to be all hunky and all dory. Okay, so take them out, and then think what I'm going to do, because it's still 445. Do have stuff on here, don't I? See, we can dump all this back into the system basically, and the bots can use that to fill things out. We've ended up with more of them. Oh, someone was growling. Is that a new spawning? Or have I just wandered? I've just wandered over. It's got a lot of bots, not so much in the way of poison. What do I do about then? How are we doing up here? The lack of lasers is the real issue, I'd say. But if steel is correcting... Oh, we've got a couple. Oh, batteries now. Why are you low on batteries? Because there's only that one making them for you. Can we... okay. If we move that over... that in... so we don't need it to do those two, I don't think. Get it to bring a few more batteries. Oh, we have blue circuits as well. Crikey. Wonder why that would be. Oh, not how. Oh, of course, I keep forgetting. Some idiot has got all the bots to bring ammo to some wars, like hundreds of miles away. Okay, let's take out these guys who... Have I just missed this bit here? It's like... is there just a... oh no. Oh! They're new as well, I think, aren't they? You see, this is the other part to the change, basically. It's talking about the timing, which is that it's like the same net amount of colonization, you know, expansion. And it does it more like, instead of one, oh, I think they've leveled up, yeah. So the nests are tougher now. Have I run out of fuel or something? No, just hit by a lot of stuff. But because of that inverse curve thing it was talking about, inverse difficulty, where it would fill in bits of the map that you weren't anywhere near, it feels like more, you know, because you wouldn't see them for ages. Whereas now all of those colonisations are on your doorstep, you know, really nearby. Yeah, it is more difficult. It's sort of a strange, you know, they kept it the same, but because it was working weirdly. Let's see about you getting dealt with by my walls. Yeah, because it was doing it strangely. Well, not strangely, but according to a different logic, as it were. that they didn't, you know, didn't really want, sort of thing. It meant that you meant to come and get annihilated by the lasers and stuff. There we go. Yeah, so I say, it kept that same average number of expansions per minute or what have you. But they're now all on your doorstep. Okay. Okay. Have I got a load? I've got a load of laser stuff, haven't I? I'm just wondering about if I leave this, I say, I could just sort of plop in the wall. Because they'll only build it as they get to it. So it won't matter in a sense. And it's miles away from anything else. So do that. So eventually they will... It is a lot, isn't it? Fill that in. Oh yes. Oh yes, what are you up to? I don't approve of that. Again, you see, I'm sure they've probably filled in something we just cleared out. I'd be better doing this in a creeping expansion way, like by doing a bit of wall, clearing out the next area, bit more wall, clearing out the next area. But where's the fun in that? Guys. So where would you have come from? I guess whatever's busy eating pollution there. Oh, it's quite big. .72 evolution rate to them. Yeah, I think what I'll do is the choke points essentially. So, because this is quite, I mean, it's a fairly big sort of choke point. I don't know what would it look like if we were. So probably want to build a corner there, maybe. So probably do. No, I could do it across there, couldn't I? Right, like that, maybe. Could be across there, maybe. Yeah. Because we want to do it like this one, where I basically build it, and then we'll bring roboports out to it. Might have to do that in several bits, as it were, because these aren't particularly close to each other. So yeah, we will do this one first, I think, because that's like 3 of them. So if we do the same thing again, go in here, add that on, and then we want, well, let's make it 4. Put another thingy back on. Oh, I forgot about. Put them in there. Do. Cool. So let's head back up to the main base. So really we need more poison then. Let's do that. Yeah, so kind of run out of lasers. We are just about producing enough ammo. Yes. Oh yeah, there's spare. Okay. Yeah, there's a few in there as well. What we could do while we're here is add on these guys. So what we want to do is take our. Do we want to do it that way? Might be better just add them in. Oh wait, I've done the quality one anyway. Let's just finish it. So we want level 2 efficiency. I want that to be. What efficiency do we want? No, to put it as 50, I think. Connect it to the network. As well. And this would be prod. So that then needs to be prod. That's 75 then. This is speed. I hear a rocket, so things must be, excuse me, correcting themselves in terms of iron and steel and all that sort of stuff. Because that's a stack and a half, basically. But these guys need what? Red and... That's red, blue and... Which is a point. We don't have any blue. Why have you put that stuff in there? Why have you done that, guys? There should be a chest. Here. Oh, it's blocked off. Okay, I don't blame you then. So what we need to do... Oh, green circuit. Why have you put green circuits there? So it's efficiency 2. That's prod 2. That's speed 2. What we then need to do is hop in. That. Request in the blue circuits. Which we can do again. Oops, and again. And again. 95% done. No, oh, also needs obviously that connection, but all of those we're going to blue science at the moment. In reality, 98% done. Just let it finish and set this one up. Have we got all the bits? No. Why have you not bought me piercing shot? How could you run out of... I think it's more to do with all my loggy bots being on the walls. That's the problem. Let's just stop science altogether. Because I would rather have it make a few level 2 modules. But yes, so that was the quality 2. It's the quality 2. It's the quality 2. Do I really need 75 of them? Maybe not. But it also needs theoretical red circuits, which it's theoretically got access to. Ah, but these do need quality. No. do. How are we doing with all the quests here? So I don't know that we need them as such. We've got a couple of those. Got some gun turrets. Some walls. What would that be though? 60, 120, 240, 300. So yeah, we grab some more walls ourselves. Which I'm making independently up there. I grab some more robo ports. Let's take double that. Because we need to go down. Which one are we going to do first? Because this one's probably easiest to reach with roboports, but it means taking out a lot of biters. That one would be easiest if this existed, which it doesn't. We could do a line across there, and this one's miles away. So how about, yeah, if I do a line across there, but then I build in like the roboports that are, yeah, that's probably easiest. Okay. What are you bringing me, guys? Who? So do make the power as well. I've not got pots on, have I now? So if I take those two out. Why are you saying no power, my friend? I guess because that's connected to that and not not that. Weird. Yeah, we're nicely filled up now. Cool. Oops. Okay, so here's our wall. We don't need that one. So, oh, no. I guess that's told the bots to start building here, but that's fine. We want to fill these bits in. Which is going to confuse them even more, isn't it? It's going to give them a million more jobs to do. We are kind of running low on power. I think we'll be okay in terms of what we're doing now, but that would be another job for me, I think. I left my tank behind, haven't I? I'm wondering how does it affect? So if we build some more in here, does this change? Because you notice this is now sort of cleared out as candidates. So if we go down and build these two, does this sort of go away? No. Oh no, don't build those guys. It might take a few ticks, basically, for it to work itself out. Why have you gone and filled that in? Don't fill that in. So they're not gone away. But it might well do a... next time it does an update. So this is like the problem. We're not clearing these out. Because very good chance of the bots trying to fly across this bit now. Especially if I fill this in. You know, they'll go, oh, need some ammo down there. So fly across there and it goes across all of these. Oh well. Okay, so let's take that off then. It's just on F4 that if you've never... That's the debug menu. It's got like... Oops, all sorts of different things on it, but... Some of it's a bit cheat, more than a little bit cheaty. See, you're going across there. Oops. Let's get the tank. See about clearing out this corner. I've missed a solar panel. Why are you there? Let's start down the bottom. Oh, that would be a cliff. Oh, missed someone. Brighter. Can't have any stragglers. It's too far away. Come here, lad. And it. Some worms there, and I guess we need to do all this really. Ah, dear. There's me out. Yeah, not covered by it. Not sure what I think the green ones might be mine. I've accidentally left a couple of them behind somewhere. Are you my bots? I think you are, aren't you? Ah, but they were building a wall. Unintended, you know. I didn't want them to. I have to thin the laser turrets out as well. It's annoying. It's only made 120. I should have set this higher, basically, to like 400 or something. Oh well. What do we think? I guess these guys need to go as well. So, worst case, they're coming from sort of there-ish. This is, I mean, these are filling in things here, like putting ammo in. But you get a thing now, because the way they change the bolts, like the charging, to be a little bit smarter, means that they can often fly off to where, you know, like absolutely miles away, because the port they're closest to is not going to be like, you know, have these slots become free, because what they just used to queue up at the nearest one. But now they're trying to be a bit smarter, so that if this one's free, they go there. But it can get a bit extreme in terms of how it assesses that, and you can end up with them flying halfway across the map just to charge. We're doing on time, 5:20. So all this is like completely unnecessary. We could have been probably finished by with volcanoes. I wanted to do this more as a... I mean, maybe we'll see if we can do like a big science per minute like base. Is what I was mainly thinking, but I don't know. I said big because I don't know that. I don't know what counts as a mega base now. I'm assuming it's like I mean, it can't be multiples of millions. maybe 100,000 or something. But my 2.1 base, what's that? It's only doing like, say, 100. Because I mean, I've done a similar thing. I've done like separate science builds, and now this. But they're all pretty tiny. They're more just to experiment with using, because it runs on liquid metals basically. But they're all trained. I know that's not the most efficient one, but I want to use trains. I like trains. But yeah, it sort of makes a load of molten metal, which is why I have that platform I mentioned, where it drops calcite as well as the base science. But yeah, it uses, so it moves liquid metal around basically, which I thought was kind of cool. But yeah, so all the builds are quite tiny for the sciences because it's like because I finished. As I say, I've done the achievement. What did I say? I've done the achievement for is it 60? I don't know which one. Where's the achievements? There you go. So I've added one on, which is the. So I think apparently they've added a bunch of extra ones to do with legendary stuff, which I'm not sure if I'm a fan of. Because it's like, to me, the quality is just this grind. It's just intentionally, you know, it's what they wanted it to be. But I don't really fancy doing all this grinding just to get all the achievements. I mean, they're doing it in the time frame. Is I think that's good to have as an achievement, but just make a load of legendary stuff is just like effectively saying sit with your base running for a couple of hours and roll the dice. Yeah, so I did. Where is it? Oh, let's just put. Yeah, so I've done the 60,000 kilometers, which is not as far as you'd think, but yeah, I did that basically. You know, so I finished and done that achievement, and effectively there's only really scaling up, and I still haven't used the the artificial biter nests thing. So I could do that, I guess, but yeah, it's pretty much done is the point. Or I'm pretty much done. The next thing would be scale, and I kind of figured, well, maybe we'd do that on here. I've done the full one, haven't I? That's wrong. We want the half one. Yeah. It's always that thing for me of like building up with this game. It's kind of where like I'll try some extra things each time I play through. It's one of the reasons I sort of do. I restart and do again, where I'm like, okay, now I understand how. That's why I've got thousands of hours basically, because every playthrough I'll like add on a new thing. So when I did my very first completion, when I beat the game for the first time, what I actually did was I didn't use a. I did use a few modules, like in the rocket, I think. But I basically didn't use modules. I certainly didn't use any circuit networks. I think I barely used trains. And then every time I've played through since, I'll be like, right, so in this playthrough, I'm going to learn how to do circuit networks. In this playthrough, I'll properly do modules and see why people bang on about them. Because I could never really quite understand why people were so keen on modules, because it just seemed like a huge amount of resource investment. And all it did was make things faster. Eventually I kind of got it that with prod and speed combined, that becomes worthwhile doing. So, that's where the whole lamenting about efficiency modules never really having any purpose came from. But they have kind of snuck that in. I didn't really twig that the real thing for efficiency modules is space platforms. Because you're very, very constrained on power. Constraints, you see. Constraints is what makes it fun. I guess we need to move this one, actually. We'll take that out. Oops. Oops, that. No, that. That. Let's see if I can build these in. Build that one? No? What about that one? Oh. Oh. How are we doing with power? Badly. Very, very badly. Okay. In that case, how about... what was it? It was like 2 of these. Boop, boop. And then like 2, 5 of those. I think. Not that there'll be any bots to do those jobs, but we can hope. So is it not making... Oh, I guess it is. Oh dear. I didn't set up a coal station, did I? No. So we are just relying on what that can produce. This was something I added in that little playthrough, because tiny and really annoying bit of coal, bit of iron left. So the issue really there is more to do with the fact that that's mostly on one side of the belt. So they're both dead, aren't they? And then should at least check that substations are red circuit constrained. Okay, of course they are. All those bots cracking. Okay, so this bit's got lasers on it, so it is protected. I'm just trying to think what which bit's next, because I could keep going. I mean, this is not going to require a lot of resources, particularly that one, to fill in. You know, that, I mean, I'm just going to probably just slap some walls and some, you know, just do it manually basically on that. That's not really even worth putting in the proper blueprint form. No, didn't even sort of vaguely align anyway. And then that would leave this bit here. As our problem child. Oh, what I didn't do, I haven't flipped this to rocket fuel, have I? Oh, they're doing a fair job. Should have put them over here because there's far less trees to clear. Oh. Okay, so back in the tank. What have I got? So I got 37 turrets. How many robots? How many roboports are there? None? Okay. Oops. We need some roboports, I think. Oh. Thought I got into that weird thing where you can get stuck on cliffs and other structures as well, because the hitbox and the, because obviously as it rotates around, the hitbox doesn't quite match what it looks like and where it can actually go, so you end up trapped essentially. You know, you can't reverse out even though you manage to drive in. A bit strange. What we could do, I guess, as well, to help out, is we're going to dump some of this back into the system. I don't think we're going to run out. Let's make sure we've got a full row here. And I can take them. And we can then, oops, throw these back in a box or two. Watch it. What are you waiting? Oh, low power, of course. Don't make anything without power. Yes, if I grab a bunch of roboports, you know, to add more power demand to the already low power situation. Because if you're going to solve a problem, it involves making it worse first. That's what I've learnt in life. Where are the roboports? There they are. Trying to get rid of? What else was I going to do? I was going to grab something else. I don't know what it is. Maybe top off the poison? The old poisson? Yeah, I think I need to halve the number of lasers because think about it, if that's basically built, then if I halve the number on there, then it'll unhalve the number on there, then it'll kind of cover it all. Because that's about the same distance as that, ish. Very much ish. I bet there's biters in here already. In fact, we could cheat. Yeah, given there's nothing candidated there, I think we've got some colonisation in there. So we'll swing around there just to make sure. And then we'll do this bit, and I think I'll call it a day then. Long stream. Deliberately. But all I'll be doing, so I will probably pick it up during the week. Say I've finished my other playthrough, although I started another one. But yeah, all I'll do is I'll, like, you know, clear out the biters in this bottom bit, finish off that bottom wall. If I need to just leave it, let them, you know, fill out the walls and stuff. I could do that as well. Where was that area? So it is sort of here-ish. So it'll be the exact same thrilling gameplay. I mean, I enjoy doing it. It's just it's a lot all at once, and I shouldn't probably have decided to expand quite so far, but I did. So there doesn't appear to be anything in here that I can see. Yeah, I'm also going to need to grab a coal patch because I think I need to head that off. Where was coal? Oh, there is a coal there as well. Okay. Because this was the other sort of reason for it, because our big coal patches are quite a distance away. But I don't need to go all the way down here to make to get those two coal patches. I could have walled us off there, ish, and that would have been fine. But yeah, that's how I discovered that sea. That coastline, basically, and I was like, ooh, lovely choke points. Let's take advantage of them. One of the things I like about the new map gen is it's a bit more characterful. I always used to have a bit of a problem telling scale on the map. Because it was like, because it used just a fractal noise thing without, or not even that purling noise thing, without any real like character to it. Everything ended up looking basically the same at any scale. It is, I mean, it is the fractal thing where you zoom in, it looks the same as if you zoom out. And so telling how far away things are and stuff like that is just like really difficult. But the new map is more sort of organic in the way it generates it. Meaning as in, it looks more like organic. Of course, organic things are fractal as well, particularly coastlines. But lots. But yeah, it's a different sort of thing, really. I guess we want to take it from here again. In fact, let's do it the other way around. So if I sort of, in fact, let's go down the bottom there. If we pop all of these, and as we go. I think we did try and do, not me specifically, but we did try and do during the Lowe's beta, was like get them to tweak the platform drag resistance thing. They didn't really succeed. So try and make it so that it's not like purely width based. Not least of all because of how strange that is. Oh, one entity destroyed. Okay, where the heck have you come from? Yeah, people were trying to. Here's, you know, here's how I would do it. Tim Kaine did a. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Typical. That's the beep beep for forming a new thing. Let's get poison in so I don't destroy anything. Cool. Yeah, on Tim Kaine's channel he did no, it wasn't Tim, it was what's his name? The BioWare guy. Mark Dara on his channel. He was sort of saying about listening to feedback, basically, players. And it's the classic players don't know what they want thing, which people often report very negatively, in bad faith. But the base point of it is, the thing to listen to is I find this frustrating, I don't understand this, this doesn't make sense, you know, that's the sort of thing. I find this too difficult. You know, that's the sort of thing where the feedback is useful. but players aren't game designers is the point, you know, so saying, well, this is how I would fix it. It's like, well, have you considered all these 15 other areas that your solution would cause a problem in? Which is fair enough, you know, it's a game player's job is not to be a game designer. I think they might have stepped up again in the evolution, because it seems to be taking even more hits to kill them. We should end up, hopefully, with, by the time I've sort of splattered all of these guys and got our walls in, effectively the evolution will cap. I need to, you know, wall this bit off as well as a separate thing, but I think I need a lot of lasers for that. Yeah, so if we go down, good time, 10 to 6. But yeah, I think, you know, there's an element of that to it, sort of thing, that just because it's a bit weird and a bit annoying, it serves a purpose. You know, it's like that for a reason. And I'm guessing, I'm pretty sure they, you know, they've tried other stuff. It's just this was the best way of, or the simplest way of achieving what they were after. Which is that you don't end up with infinite, you know, like platforms that can do the entire Shattered Planet journey in 2 seconds. You know? Just because you... It's either that or sort of put an arbitrary limits on like the width and stuff, or what have you. What do I keep banging into there? Okay, we'll go up here, little one. Yes, but so his point wasn't to just ignore player feedback, it was just that, you know, just because they think they know how to solve it, it may not work, basically. You know what you'd expect. Oh, no, that's... And there we go. Well, not there we go. Get out the poison. There we go, enough that I can connect it up. Do I need to connect it up? How many lasers have I got? I guess ultimately I do so that it can be repaired, but... what I really want to do... Where would a good robot bit be? There, maybe? To go there. I've done those sideways, haven't I? I don't really want them to be sideways. What did I do then? We want it to be that way around. And where does that get us? Sort of, maybe one more? Oh, two more. There we go. And then up there. Across there. And does it power connect? No, it doesn't. We want something there. Cool. We don't need these doing. Just like I don't need them. Okay, so where are we going to put this? Something like this, maybe? Spot's definitely trying to get back home. Nice thick wall. Cool, and then I'm probably, so I'll just throw something together here basically. So we'll do that, and if we do lasers, because what we really want now is a bit of power draw. That'll sort all that. Oops, they're not going in the right place. And we'll leave, we'll leave ammo out of it basically. So if we put that there, in case we do want to put ammo in, do that, and then same as we did elsewhere. Oh no, wrong way. Fill out this as we head back. And that should get us into perfect sort of... perfect timing, basically. Yeah, there wasn't a lot to say. I mean, I enjoyed explaining things, as I always do, in insane amounts of detail on the Friday Facts video, but it didn't really lend itself to any speculation, not least of all because, it's in the game. This is how it works now, and I'm happy with it. I didn't really feel there was any need for me to be all like, well, I think it should work like this. I think I like the new version. It has ended up, in reality, making it harder, I think. But because it was unintentionally, there were things, there were exploitable things that were just a bit too, exploitable in a sense. So the whole revealing loads and loads of the map so that they don't colonise and things like that, I think we're getting into the cheaty territory. Just that little bit too far that way. A bit like, LDS Shuffle they've left because it's just on the right side for them of bit cheaty, bit exploity, just a mechanic type of thing. I believe there was a lot of debate about doing that though, so that may change, but yeah, quality, what's it called? casinos in space, as it were. That was just a bit too. I think the real thing with that one was it's just single solution basically. It's sort of stupid to do anything else. It wasn't that, it meant big platforms and it was, kind of cool in a way, but it was just like, why do anything else? And that's what they weren't keen on. Not so much the... So that's all connected up, but obviously there's no demand for bullets down here, so we're not going to get any bots flying over. We'd nearly filled this in to a degree. I mean, with no ammo whatsoever in any of these turrets, so it's basically just a big wall for something for the biters to come and chew on, basically. Oh, in fact, we've run out of requester chests even. Crikey. I mean, this was a giant, this is a giant wall. It's way over the top, really. But it should give us enough room to finish the game, basically. I shouldn't need to expand at all. He says. Famous last words, but yeah, it's not been done without reason. What I can do again, we're going to have a look, make sure it's just run out of ammo because it's run out of ammo, not because something silly's happened, like the bite of eaten a train or something. So this is just waiting on red circuits. Those should start to flow a bit more now because chemical science has backed up. Okay. Because they're going in there. I guess this is using a lot of red circuits as well, so I could alleviate that with my gigantic 3 things. But also, we don't really need quite such a number of them, do we? Because what's there? So that's maybe another 10. This has all got robobots on it. Just need to go around there. That's going to be another, maybe it's 30 or something, but that's only 50 total, so that's fine. It's put the extra power in. Excellent. I didn't think it'd do that. And we have a little surplus as well. I'll need to put some more in, I think, but that's fine. I don't mind using panels because they give us lots of lovely toys to play with on platforms. It's sent up most of the stuff, hasn't it? So we shouldn't have a draw on low density structures and blue circuits now. Cool. So next time, so when we come back, I will play this between streams. Oh, and of course we're making them, aren't we? How about if I drop those down? It's not going to help a lot, is it really? No, because it's got loads to make. Okay. I think I might grab some other red, because we can't have it not make requester chests. I'll just hoover that up as well. Obviously that's a bit robbing Peter to pay Paul, because it'll have to fill this belt up again. Okay. So yes, when we come back next week, it should be a big, beautiful wall. Shouldn't make references like that. What have I got? Let's put my schedule up. I am just going to save this. I don't think I'll be doing any long streams again. If this was just like a weird coincidence of personal, I didn't have anything to do type of thing. we had this big job on biters. It also, you know, there was a Friday Facts on biters, so it suddenly felt thematically appropriate. I didn't manage to do it during the week, so I probably won't be doing any more, whatever it was, 3.5 hour streams. But when we come back next week, it should all be filled out. There should be no biters in our bit. I'll probably leave the biter capturing. We could do that, you know, next week. But the thing we really need to do is build this platform so that we can go to Volcanus. I will probably try and do like the building of the science remotely. Possibly. I'm a bit undecided on that because I want to build it out and make it happen, as it were. You know, make it so that we can do quite a few science. You know, we're ready to go, as it were, and also that I can do the buffs because we've got a lot that are blue science and gold science and gold science dependent. Which is the other thing. Actually, we won't be going anywhere, will we? Because we're only on level 5 damage, and we need to be up more like. Well, we certainly need to get past the number 6. I know we've done 6 on damage, shooting speed. We need the level 6 shooting speed, and that's quite expensive. So, at the very least, and I would like to go up to about 8 or so. So yeah, we might need to chug through them. So next week, I don't know. Basically, the wall will be built. We might do the biter capture, or we might build the platform, you know, design it basically, even though it's not, I mean, I'll need to uplift all the concrete and all that sort of stuff, decide what I want to take with us. So we wouldn't be going next week anyway, but also whether I start expanding and building, because what I could do is set up like the rail network to do it, and then we actually do the builds on stream so that you don't have to watch me boringly lay down yet more track. Instead, you can watch me boringly make science or do some science builds, basically. Maybe. I will see how I feel and how far I get during the week. So yeah, so that is it for this week of streaming. I'm not anticipating doing a midweek stream or anything like that at the moment. However, next Saturday I probably won't do the extra stream. Probably just be the Sunday. We're going to have another hot spell, and it's getting tedious, if I'm honest. But yeah, it's going to be like 34, 35, so it's going to be a bit unfun. But yes, so I say probably no Saturday stream. We'll be back on Sunday with this. I will have done the wall, I'm sure, but we might. I don't know what we will do. Random streams whenever. So that's all of that stuff covered. Obviously, all that's on Twitch. If you want to watch the VODs, that's that one, sorry, of this series or any of the other, they're less I mean, they're rambly because it's me, but they're less rambly than this. So I've gone on. It's when I used to do 4-hour streams. Did I? I did 3-hour streams a lot, but I always found my brain just turns to mashed potato, and the rambling gets even ramblier. Yes, which is why I probably won't be doing them again. But if you want to watch the VODs, which are more like 2 hours, so I'm a bit more coherent, then you'll find them on my VODs channel, which is Triggles VODs and Sods. There's a bunch of other stuff on there. I'm currently transferring some older non-Factorio stuff over. So there'll be more stuff on there, but there's also those random streams I talked about. So we did Brave New World yesterday. That's not actually what it's called, I think, but it's meant to be a pun on Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, I think. But it means it's confusing, and I forget the title of it. But it was quite fun. It's interesting. It had like a natural language programming thing, which was of mixed success, but it's very pretty. But there'll be more like that, basically. The Saturdays will be me randomly playing other building and management games that I've either been sent a code for or I want to check the demo out for. So that's the plan on Saturdays, and so they're on the VOD channel as well. If you want to check out my YouTube stuff, where I really don't ramble on my YouTube videos, they're scripted and all that sort of good stuff. But there's my whole lore series that will return in the autumn, later than I was currently hoping, because it's very difficult when you've got an air conditioner running in the UK. Where I have to have a unit rather than the building's not air conditioned. It means I can't record the audio because it's just too much background noise. So I've got, say, five and a bit scripts written and I can't record them. So they will return when they return. But otherwise, I say there's the sort of season 1 of the lore videos and all the other Factorio stuff I've done, which is loads and loads. Particularly the Friday Facts. There's one for a video on the 445, the most recent one on the beta expansion, which is what today was all about, really. Is that all my self-promo stuff? I think it's all my self-promo stuff. I guess there's socials. I only really use Blue Sky, and I don't really use that at all. I'm not really a social media guy. There's also Discord, particularly if you wanted to chat about like lore and speculation stuff with other people who are so inclined. Then you can go to my Discord. Is that everything? I think that's everything. Yeah, YouTube, Twitch, all that good stuff. Cool. So if you have been watching, I hope you've enjoyed it and you might consider coming back for another one. I've been Trismegistus. This has been Factorio version 2.1. Thanks for watching. Cheers.